Hello, my name is Dr. Nish Sonwalkar. I'm the founder of intellADAPT, and we are now entering into an exciting technology which we call Internet of Things. What do I mean by Internet of Things? So if you look at, this is an iPad, which you are all familiar with, and this is a beacon. And what does beacon do is provide signal about a location. So what we are trying to do, the device is now become very sensitive to where it is located, and based on that we can do location-based education, training, and tracking as well as compliance. So this is what I'm going to demonstrate to you. So this is a normal iPad, and this is one of the beacon devices which we are going to put in different locations, and then you will see how the training that we are doing on our iPad. Let me get that out. So the training that we are doing for different locations will become available based on location, and because we have installed certain beacons in certain area. And let me give you an example. In the home care industry, let's say if you are taking care of an autistic person, so the caregiver is always there with the autistic person, but he or she has to know in each room, let's say if you go to kitchen, what you are supposed to do there, if you go to living room, what you have supposed to do that, and if a person is in dining room, what you have to do. So based on that, all this training will be available for each room, and we will show you how it works. But at the same time, because the device is connected with Internet of Things like this beacon, we will also know whether the employees has done that task or not and provided the care that is required at particular time. And that's where we say training, tracking, compliance, and also understanding whether the tasks are done based on certain time frame or not. So that is the new revolution now, which we call Internet of Things and adaptive learning. Now we have developed an app which is created for location-based education and training. So in this case, first thing we do the configure. So we look at this particular beacon here. If we go close to that, then you can see that it is showing me it's a kitchen, and I have assigned it to the kitchen. So if I click on this, I can assign the particular room to it and then save it. Once I save that, then what you will see is that appropriate training for this room should come up. So now we are going to log in. The configuration has been done. Let's go to the home. And so now you are seeing for the kitchen, it is showing me how to create an omelette. So if I click on this, this training video will play for the employee who needs to provide certain food to a person who he's taking care of. And with that, you can also see that there is a full adaptive learning course presented to them for what to do in case of the kitchen activities. So now in this case we are in a room which it shows that we are in the dining room. So we are now going to go and look at the activity for the dining room by going to home. And so while we look at it, we are now seeing autism behavior eating challenges. So now you can find out how an autistic children or a person can has the eating challenges. So that training is provided to you right now, and you can see the behavioral model and how that works and what a care provider is supposed to do. And again, in this case, we have a full protocol for the dining activities, and now you can see how this activity has to be managed by the person. And this is all triggered by the fact that we have a beacon here, which is triggering and allowing our system to know that this is a dining room activity. So now we will look at the configuration here, and you can see that this is looking at the living room, which is the closest beacon here. So now if I go to home, then you can see based on location, it is telling me that in the living room I have a laundry, and I can do this laundry activity for the living room. So if I'm taking care of a person who is autistic, in this case, in the laundry room, I have to, which is in the living room, and this is what I'm supposed to take care of is laundry. So I know exactly what to do. the full training video is there about that, and it is triggered again by this beacon which is assigned to the living room. So again, here we can click on it and you have a full activity adaptive training for the living room. So now by going into different locations, I do not have to worry about what training I'm supposed to get here. As soon as I come here, that particular training shows up. And now we will show you that when I move from one place to another, how this training changes. So now from the living room, I've come back to the dining, and you can see the system already provided me the training that I know I need to know for the dining room, which is the autism behavior for eating challenges. And so without me having to go and search where the training is, based on the location, I'm able to get the training. So this is what we call is location-based education, training, tracking, and compliance. So the last part what I want to show here is that we also have logs. So now what my activity as a care provider is logged into this whole thing with the timestamp. So if, what time I was in the dining room providing the food to the person, helping them eat, or what time I was in the living room doing the laundry, and also what time I went to kitchen to prepare the omelette for the person I'm taking care of. All of that is recorded through this tracking mechanism, and that gives me the log, and that log is sent to the supervisors, and now they can make sure that everything is properly done for the person who I'm taking care of. So this provides a very good means using Internet of Things of what we call location-based education, training, and compliance. So what is the consequence of this? So what we are envisioning is that now, based on the beacons in particular location, we can provide adaptive training to the employees or caregivers in the healthcare industry, or even if you are in a Boeing factory and in a particular location in the Boeing factory, you can see what the employee is supposed to know as well as do, and the managers can now track whether the employees has really performed the task or not by tracking their activities and also looking at compliance, because everything that we are doing is also time-stamped. So we know that at certain time, if there is a particular activity has to happen, then that will happen.